Batwoman, single. Superwoman, single. Wonder Woman, single. I get it now. I'm single because I'm a superhero.
Welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm joined now with my co-host,
JD Network.
And we got a couple of videos for you today, and much love for tuning in. We got 4 videos. And how do you want to do these videos? Do you want to break them down one by one, or do you want to play a couple, talk about it, and then so forth? How do you want to do it? I'm not really fussed. Whatever.
I'm not really fussed. We can just go with the flow. We can maybe listen to 2 because there's 4. So maybe listen to 2 and then
because it was a lot. It's a lot. Hearing this podcast is about
the ladies.
when reality hits, the delusion of women, and you see it a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I don't want to spoil it for. Before I play the video, I don't want to spoil it for nobody. But the thing is that sometimes you have to admire the way how women have this whole, like, I'm the ish. I'm the ish mentality. I would love if men had that.
Yeah.
That superpower. I think that's dope. Delusional, yeah.
Fake confidence.
Yeah. But however you get your confidence, how you get it. Call it fake, call it whatever you want to call it. However you get it is how you get it. I would just love to see more men have that kind of, that thing, that superpower.
Yeah.
You know, but what do you want to add, man, before we play the clip?
What do I want to add? Do you know what? Let's just get into the clip.
Yeah, let's get into the clip because we've got a couple, and then we're going to come back and then we'll go from there. Without further delay, here's clip number 1.
Batwoman, single. Superwoman, single. Wonder Woman, single. I get it now. I'm single because I'm a superhero.
Just a little bit of real talk for a minute. If you're gonna talk to a single mom or date a single mom, I hope that you have real intentions with that person. Because when we get heartbroken, we don't just get to choose to come home and be alone. We have to smile when it's time to pick the kids up from school. And we have to put them to bed, and we have to be happy mom. And when y'all come into our lives, playing games or messing with us, it makes our lives 100 times harder. Don't mess with single moms.
All right, that's clip number 1. What do you think about that?
Well, let's talk about the first lady. Now, she's talking about all the female superheroes.
Yeah, and she thinks she got superpowers.
How they're all single. And because they're single and she's single, she must be one of them. A super woman.
Okay.
One of those ones. And this is where the delusion comes in.
Yeah. They try to, what's the word? Give this fake reality to rationalize the truth. Clearly, you can't keep a man. You can get a dude, and many dudes holler, but you can't get one to stay.
No.
For long periods of time anyway.
Yes. So then that's when you go into your Disneyland fairy tale mind frame.
Yeah, that's one of my notes. One of my notes was women and fake reality.
Yeah.
If they believe it enough, they think it will actually come true. Like snapping the finger like Thanos, or like Alice in Wonderland. If they click their heels 3 times, then a man will fall on their lap. Let's see. No man fell on any woman's lap. But they actually believe this Disney fairy tale. They think that they don't have to put work in. Like, let's say, for example, as weight goes up, men leave, or men don't want to chat to them, stay long periods of time. Women are very masculine nowadays. What about their home body skills, domesticated skills? They want traditional men, but they don't want to be traditional women.
Yeah. That's the modern woman for you.
What do you expect? So when they're saying, oh, men ain't ish or men is this, men is that, you got to think it can't always just be one-sided. Men are choosing to leave. And women put their body up all day long.
And then complain after.
And then complain that men use them for their body. And then the last woman in the clip, she was talking about single mothers.
Yeah.
Now let's play some sad music. Now, the thing for me is that I'm being facetious in that, but why should a man reward a woman for making poor choices? I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not saying that every single mother is the same.
No.
It's a case by case, right? But too often we see single mothers making poor choices.
Yeah.
And then expect Mr. Cleanup.
Yeah, Mr. Cleanup guy to come along. Captain
Exactly.
Saver.
Yeah, exactly, right? You've got Disney has a new movie, Stepdad. And they're portraying the black man as being Mr. Cleanup. Damn, man. I saw that and I just thought, you know what I mean?
Well, is it true?
I don't think it's true.
No, but you know, obviously we all have a stereotype.
Yeah.
And from the stereotype, is it somewhat true?
There is truth to the stereotype sometimes, yeah.
So I don't know what angle they're trying to come from with that film.
What I think they're doing, in my opinion, is that they're trying to condition, it's all a plan. They're conditioning young men that's a lot younger than me coming up that this is normal. Because men nowadays there's more virgins nowadays, like 30 years old than ever. And those dudes that are younger than me, millennials, they're gonna see this normal. Say like a kid that's, I don't know, 10 years old now. In the next 10 years, if he's been conditioned with the television programming, right? For 10 years, that stepdad's is okay. He's desensitized. He thinks, okay, this is normal.
Yeah.
Like, nothing wrong with that. So like, but when he says, oh, to that mother, I want to have some kids of my own. Nah, I don't know about that. Just look after mine.
Some women are like that, yes.
It's the truth. And I get that some dudes gas them up, play women cheap. Before you know it, she's a single mother. And that's not what she signed up for. But what I'll say, to alleviate yourself from that BS, marry before you carry.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Let's play video number 2, and then we're going to go further in.
Okay.
I just want to say, like, I'm great. I am a freaking awesome person. And I'm not just saying that because I'm me. Like, I really am. And if a guy can't, like, realize that I am worth investing in and that I am freaking awesome, like, that's his loss. Like, whoever my husband is, whoever I end up marrying, that guy, he won the lottery. Because, like, I'm 1 in a million. 1 in a million. And again, I'm freaking great.
A few moments later.
I give up. So done with dating with guys. I don't know how I always end up in the exact same situation. It's always great. And I feel like these people like me, I'm like, wow, like I'm finally clicking with somebody. And then it's always the same thing. They're not in a place where they are looking for a relationship. They have other things that are more important. And I'm just like, I'm never good enough.
See, I didn't interrupt that clip because I wanted her to have that shine.
Yeah.
But she was on her high horse.
She was.
But she done learn real soon. when reality hits. When reality hits, because she was fly a week ago or a moment ago. Before you know it, her ass done got humbled real quick.
She was apparently fly in the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
What happened between that time to the end?
She got humbled real quick. And this is a TikTok video, and this is something that she's put. No one ain't made this, she made it. So she got the attention that she wanted. She thought she was a damn piece. She thought, oh, I can lead with my body. I could, some of them monetize with their body. And then it's like, hold on a second. So you got the beat. I thought I could sustain a man with just the smash. Oh my days. I realized he wants more.
Yeah. Well, that shouldn't be.
It's a no-brainer.
Oh, gosh.
It's
Well,
a fact,
duh.
though. It's a fact, though.
Well, as a woman, you expect certain things from a man, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for men. How do some women not get that?
I think that a lot of women have not been taught from their elders, their mummies, their aunties, their older sisters.
That's true.
That has gone through it. They haven't taught these younger women that men expect more. Yeah, of course, men are physical and women are they're the gatekeepers to sex. But you want relationships, and men pick as far as relationships.
Yeah.
She chose, but if you want a relationship, a man has to put how much ish on the line to be in that long-term relationship with you. All you're giving him is a smash. Like, he don't need you. You need the relationship. Some women don't feel fulfilled until they have like a children and family and stability. And I'm not saying this is all women, hence why I said some, because you're going to get some suckers out there.
I know.
Not all women want it. And that's not what I said. But then how many women's going to wait until they're 40, 50 and say, you know what? Fine, you win.
I give in.
But at that time, it's too late. Humble yourself. What do you think about that?
For me, it's just like, ladies. What is going on with you on a real?
Yeah.
What is actually going on with you? Now, I understand that, just like you said before, about some women have that confidence and, you know, and that's a good thing.
That's dope.
I wouldn't say that that's bad or negative, but there's reality and there's delusion. Now, that's what we have to get into here. There's reality, what's going on around you, what people can actually see, what's actually happening. And there's delusion, which is the stuff you conjured up in your head.
But if you think about it, right? I hear there's delusion, right? But is their delusion justified? Because if they're getting so many dudes holler and beg and will drink their bathwater, to be real, you can understand why they would act like that.
Can I counter that?
Please do.
So, okay. Let's start off with, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the men that are hollering at them are the men they don't want.
Yeah.
The men they do want are the ones not hollering at them. So although they may be getting attention and all sorts of things from other guys, who are validating them, oh, you're fly, you're sexy, you're yada yada yada, they're the men they don't want.
But
so
but women value attention.
They do.
So they're still getting the attention, whether it's from guys that they want or not. So to some degree,
is it real validation though? If it's a guy you don't want.
Okay, but hold on. Validation is validation, right? I'm just saying they're getting the attention that they want. Whether it's from guys that they want, they're still getting attention. So it might not be from the guy that they say, oh, I want him. But nonetheless, I can understand to some degree why women would act like that. It does kind of make sense. I'm not saying me as a dude. If the trophy chick to a man, athletic body, and I'm just generalizing. So athletic body, pretty face, slim waist, dress good, submissive, the whole 9 yards, right? that's going to be the trophy chick that I'm going to parade around.
Yeah.
Now, if those chicks are choosing me, I'm on a winner, because clearly women choose men on their merit. But then if I'm getting women that are big, below average, women that nobody really wants, that guys is kind of like, ooh, slow Tuesdays, I ain't going to be parading those women around, because they're not going to help my SMV, which is sexual market value. But I think on the same token, I think with women, what you're saying is that the dudes that holler at them, it's kind of the same thing. It's dudes that are just kind of the rusty, the dusty, the ashy. they're not doing the biggie. What is it? From ashy to nasty to classy.
Yeah.
It's just ashy and nasty.
And that's it.
So that's what you're saying, right? But nonetheless, women value attention, and they're getting attention.
They are getting attention.
But at the same time, even moving away from that, I think that women have a lot of unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
And with the unrealistic expectations, oh, he's got to be 6'5" and 6-pack abs and all these other rubbish and stuff, right? And there's nothing wrong with having an expectation or a preference, but you have to be realistic in where you're at. So, for example, if a woman is average, and average being 5 out of 10, you don't qualify for an 8 out of 10 guy. You don't qualify for that.
Yeah.
You qualify for what you are.
Yes, that's true. It does work out how it works out, as in,
Yeah.
no, sometimes you get really pretty, good looking, handsome, beautiful, whether it's male or female.
Yeah.
You get very beautiful people, and there's many times that they are actually with an average person.
Yeah.
So that does happen.
Yeah.
Definitely happens. But like you said, yes, you can't,
I think
your expectations of,
Yeah.
I deserve such and such,
Yeah,
even though
it's-
I'm here.
it's women and being entitled. And I'm not saying men don't feel, listen, you got some dudes. We're gonna talk about the dudes later on, right? But let's just start with the women. I think where women go wrong is that you might meet men where they're 8, 9s or 10, and they will sleep with you. Like if a bigger woman that is less desired to men, right? If she's still getting men sleep with her, this doesn't inspire her to lose weight.
No.
So she still thinks, well, that dude that was an 8, 9 or a 10, he's sleeping with that slim girl that's athletic, blah blah blah, right? And he's sleeping with me.
Yeah.
Why do I need to do whatever?
I'm still getting attention.
Yeah, but you're getting attention, but you're a slow Tuesday. And then on the same token, he's not taking you seriously or dating you or staying with you long term.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of women get misconstrued.
They do. I don't think some women actually realize that that's where they are. So you're talking about slow Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Some
Thursdays
women
or
don't-
Wednesdays.
Whatever day of the week is. Let's just stick with slow Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Some women don't actually realize that that's what they are. They think that maybe they're the main chick. And
Yeah.
it's like, you're not.
Yeah.
You are
I think
his slow
I think
Tuesday.
some are delusional, but I think many women, believe it or not, do know the truth. It's just that the truth means I have to hold up the mirror and hold myself accountable.
Truth hurts.
Yeah, so it's like, nah, let me stay in this fantasy world where I don't need to. Well, basically, women do this. They shame men. If I say I want a woman, I don't want a big woman. I want a woman this height, this tall, blah blah blah. I'm shamed into that. Basically, women are saying men shouldn't have a standard. I disagree, because just women got some crazy standards. Men got some basic standards. A man would take a woman that's bigger if she's submissive, if she's peaceful, if she's friendly. A woman say no. All up into her 60s, 70s, he needs to be 6'5".
Yes.
Stop me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. And adamant
Exactly.
that he can't be 6'4", 6'4.5". He has to be 6'5".
Yeah, like she meets the dude to bring out a measuring tape. And on top of that, she's not even submissive. She leads with her body and then complains that a man treats her, or he treats her just for her body. He uses her for her body. Well, that's all you got to give me. You're not submissive. You're not attentive. You're not peaceful. You're not any of the traits that men want. So what else am I supposed to do with you?
Yeah.
No matter how nice you could be an 8, 9 or a 10 chick. You're okay. You might be the trophy chick that I might parade around, but I can't never take you seriously. Look at them Instagram girls. 8, 9s and 10s.
Yeah.
Why aren't they married?
Because no one wants them.
Exactly, because they have the mentality of a slow
there
Tuesday.
Are guys, but the Sims want those women.
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with their looks or their body and stuff. There isn't.
But I'm saying realistically, those women are 8, 9s and 10s. Pretty face, nice body. Whether they've done surgery, whether they've gone to the gym.
They look good.
They look good, exactly. But why is it that those women can't retain a man long term?
First of all, you're on social media, most likely to be half naked and putting your body out there for the world to see. So that's, the reason why men don't want to take you seriously. And also, if you did get someone, your mind is on social media more time than actually the relationship. So then some guys is like, I just can't be asked.
So your free game would be, don't date women on social media, or unless social media is a business.
Yeah. But a lot of the women would say it is a business. But there's some women that do all of that Instagram model stuff.
OnlyFans is a business. Does it mean many men are going to take those women seriously?
They're not going to take them seriously, even though that is their business.
I know. Men are different nowadays. The game has changed.
Do you know what? That's true. My mind is more thinking of our era, if I'm honest.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, definitely. Men are very different now than before. So, look, there are some men that will take women that do all of that. They take them seriously.
Yeah, but that's because they have the fantasy of, I'm going to get a regular smash with a pretty girl, 8, 9 or 10. I'm going to get that for a long period of time. And they got this whole short-term thinking. Yeah. That short-term mentality. And they're thinking, I get to smash. Oh my God, trophy chick. And it's like, yeah, but you're going to do all these things. You're going to jump through these rings of fire with gasoline drawers on. Get yourself burned up. There's a dude that's going to come along, masculine frame, that holds frame.
Yep.
Ain't got nothing.
Ooh.
Blowing her back out.
From what you just said, this reminded me of someone. Do you remember the post that I'm sure everyone's seen it by now of, oh gosh, the names. What's his name? The white guy, when the girl looked up at him and had Google eyes.
Jeff Bezos. And Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. And my man's got mad P.
Yep, because it's not about that.
Leonardo DiCaprio is he's not as rich as my man.
No.
What the status.
Exactly.
The frame. Yo.
Look what he demands, even though he's not the richest guy.
She was like, yo.
She's like.
Exactly. So men need to kind of think, like, 'cause a lot of men leave with money and they think, oh, I'm going to buy this broad off. So listen, a lot of the time the game don't go like that, but it is what it is. What about, one of my notes is this: women flake on men all the time and lead men on with the potential of sex that they have no intention to give.
Yep.
But the flip side of that is this: you do all of that, then you complain that men use you for your body, the one that you put out. And then you hear them crying. They end up single mothers due to this behavior. And now you're getting a dose and a taste of your own medicine. You don't like it.
Beautiful.
We see this all the time.
I know.
But then it's like, oh, you men, because that's what I heard in those clips. Never, you know what?
It was me.
I could have done this better. It was both of us. They say, oh, he abused me. they use that term loosely.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do? Then when you start asking the right questions and peeling back the layers, we both was toxic.
Yeah.
Then you dig deeper. Fine, I did this and I antagonized him.
And caused the problem. Yeah.
You see? So women flake on men like a dude is providing from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
What are you giving me? You're luring me in with the potential of me getting something because you know that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I say, well, the little guy, tell the truth. If you know you want to smash and a woman goes, this has happened to me personally. Women go, do you want to beat? And I say, yeah, looking at you, yeah, I want to beat. But then what can change my mindset is her attitude, her behavior.
Yeah.
She might look good, but from when I see her behavior, nah, I'm turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of men, look, a lot of men that fall in a certain category that don't understand female nature, they're going to say, I don't care what she says to me, how she treats me, I'm still in it.
Yeah.
I'm still in it to win it. Me, nah, I cut my losses.
That's you. But there's a lot of guys that they're surely still in it.
Yeah.
They're very much in that.
But that's the difference. But that's the difference with some women and men, where women have that mentality of, I'm the ish.
Mm-hmm.
And if men had that mentality, I'm the ish. Let's say they had 3 criterias. I don't want her to wear a weave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want her to be bigger than me. And she must be submissive. If you meet a woman and she doesn't fall and she doesn't meet those criterias,
Mm-hmm.
cut that loose, even if she is offering the coochie. But women have their criteria, and if men don't meet that, they say no.
I know.
Even if she has 10 criterias and you don't meet one,
Yep.
so you meet 9 of those criterias and you don't meet one, she's saying, nah, on to the next.
But that's where the stupidity kicks in.
It might be
because-
stupid, but men need to apply the same principles.
Yes, I understand that you have your criterias, you have your do's and your don'ts, your wants and your needs, whatever. But if someone is ticking 9 boxes out of your 10 boxes, that's more than half.
But they're
90%.
But they're being taught wrong. They're being taught wrong.
That's very
Clearly.
clear. But some haven't necessarily been taught wrong. They're just delusional.
Mm-hmm.
They just-
And even in saying that, right? A lot of women have no regards for men's feelings.
Yeah.
They have no regards.
It's the case.
And I think that's jacked up. Then they want to complain. They want to cry. Oh, my days. How can they treat me like this? I'm a single mother and blah, blah, blah. Listen, there's dudes I know looking after their youth by themselves because mommy wants to be on the carousel wheel eternally. Right? And women say, nah, I can't date him. The same thing that men do to women. I've seen this personally where women say, oh, can't date him. He's looking after his youth. And then go to Pookie and Ray Ray, Brad and Chad. Brad and Chad done chew them up, spit them out. Now they say, you know what? Why don't we merge our families?
Yeah.
To the dude that they didn't want. And the worst part about it is they think I'm settling for him.
Yeah, you press that.
Anyways, man.
Yes.
What do you think about that? We're going to play the next clip.
I just wanted to talk about, look, honestly, if I'm really honest, I know we're, being facetious and all of that stuff, but on a real note, right, it's actually very sad to see. And we do see it all the time. And I see more and more videos like this coming out of women having, they've built up that fake persona.
Yeah.
They have an alter ego. Like, for example, Beyonce, she is Sasha Fierce on stage.
Yeah.
But when
But
she's
behind
not on
closed doors,
stage,
she's-
she's Beyonce.
Yeah, she's Beyonce
So
knows.
a lot of women do that, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. I know
What
it's
should they do?
easier said than
What-
done, but
Okay, what should a woman do in your opinion?
I think you should be honest with yourself. I think you should be honest.
Honest, the truth is hard.
It is. But okay, if you keep in your brain, in your head, right, to be honest, say, okay, for example, say you're overweight. You can look in the mirror and say to yourself, I'm overweight. I can accept that fact. Whether you do something about it or not is a different thing. But at least you can accept I am overweight. With
Yeah.
a lot of, well, not a lot, but with some women, they are overweight, obese, morbidly obese.
A lot of
and-
women of today and men also, they're bigger, a lot bigger than, let's say, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So by what you're saying is that if we're more honest with ourselves, we could say, okay, I'm bigger for my health. I need to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's hard, just put one foot after the other.
Yeah.
That
Baby
way,
steps.
yeah. So just acknowledge the truth instead of just
Yes.
lying to ourselves.
So just like we've seen on Kevin Samuels many times,
Yeah.
he says, what do you rate yourself out of 1 to 10? You can't use 7. A lot of women would say, oh, I'm an 8, 9. So then he will give you an example. So are you saying that you are a Beyonce, a Kelly Rowland? Then they're like, yeah, I think so,
But
whatever.
a lot of them say, no, I'm not. But if Beyonce is rated as an 8,
Mm-hmm.
and if you and Beyonce's were in a room, would you look like to say you're in the same?
And what
on
they
the same
say,
level?
no.
Exactly. So it's
that's
about being honest,
Thank you. And that's my whole thing.
because your outcomes are not reflecting
No,
what you're saying.
exactly. So if you're average, admit that you're average.
Yeah.
Just admit that to yourself. So I would say be honest with yourself. And the truth hurts. It does. But I honestly think if you are honest with yourself, then you can make those steps to make a change if you want to.
I saw somewhere recently that women view, if a man says that they're average, as they take that offensively.
Sorry, rewind.
So I've seen recently that if a woman, if a man says to a woman she's average, they take that offensively. But most people are average. Why take it offensively? Is it because I held the mirror up, or men have held the mirror up?
It is that.
Yeah.
But also, what you also need to remember is that that's also his opinion. Because if you was to ask someone else, his opinion may be slightly different.
Okay, but they say this, right? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah.
But they say beauty is subjective. But I disagree. Beauty is not so, subjective.
As much as they make it out to be, yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We know who's nice and who's not. Let's just be honest.
Yes.
Even if they're your type, or you might say, okay, I just like black men. But then there might be a white dude and he might be handsome and you might not be attracted to him, but you say he's a good looking dude.
Yes.
Be honest.
Exactly.
We know what's nice and we know what's not.
Very true.
The person may not be the whole standard, the Euro or the cosmopolitan standard, the chiseled jaw and all that rubbish or whatever, right? But nice is nice. Let's be honest.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
But I just want to say this also. At the end, in those clips, we still have one more to go, I believe. 1 or 2 more to go. But at the end of the clips, the ladies are crying.
Yeah.
Boo-hooing, proper, in tears. And that's because the truth comes out about how they really feel about themselves.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it's because they're so insecure. They have insecurities, low self-esteem, low self-worth.
Poor choices in men.
And that too.
That what you said might be a contributing thing towards that, but it is what it is.
Yes, it's poor choices in men, definitely. But they'll ask a question of, oh, why doesn't no one want me?
That's because they base every single man they meet off of the simps or the dudes that they don't want. And when the dudes that they do want, they treat them the same way, like they're low level, or they don't need to compete for that man.
Yeah.
And that's where some of the problems start. But let me play clip number 3 and then let's come back and talk about it.
This is for all my girlies who, like me, have a God complex and an inferiority complex. Why do I find it so hard to shoot my shot when I want somebody? Like, baby, I know what I look like. I know that I'm bringing this to the table.
A few moments later.
I debated posting this on my main account or not because it's a little personal. But, I've been speaking a lot about how awful men treat women overall. And I just had the shittiest experience on top of truly 10 plus shitty experiences with men since I've been single. And I had a guy that I matched with that was putting in all this effort to make a date with me,
planning the time, the date, the place, telling me all these things about him and how good of a catch he is and this and that, basically being what I call a fuckboy in sheep's clothing. And because I don't think there's a problem with sleeping with someone on the first date, we did. But we also had like a nice connection, and I thought we really liked each other. And then afterwards, he kind of ghosted, kind of didn't. He came back with some saucy messages here and there, reactions to my stories, to my, pretty pictures of me and stuff. And then I finally, to try to be like, what the hell is going on? I said, so when's our next date? When we gonna get together and watch Survivor or something? And he was like, whenever you want. Like, I'll hop on a train and come to you whenever you want. And I said, your energy has really changed. Were you only looking for something casual this whole time? And it took him 6 hours to reply, watched all my stories in the meantime, and said, hey, I had a really great time with you, but I don't see this going anywhere seriously, honestly. I wasn't looking for anything outright. Yeah, well, you could have told me that after you decided to sleep with me again. After you decided that you don't see this going anywhere serious. I don't know what has to get through men's little pea brains to understand that if you're outright about it, usually we're going to be chill with it. If he would have been honest with me from the get-go, I would have been like, sure. And now I'm crying over this man that I didn't even really like. Like, he's a mediocre white man like the rest of them. And here I am crying about him, but it's not even about him. It's about the disrespect to me. And you couldn't even do me the favor of just being upfront with me. Instead, I have to sit here and think that, oh, maybe someone actually values me for more than just my body, Just sucks, man.
Yeah. Even though she started off, look how hot she is. Mm-hmm. Look how she's this. Look how she's that.
Look how it turned out.
She done got humbled real quick. Mm-hmm. And then she wants to use sign language.
Yep.
Oh, he's a mediocre white man. Right. He was okay a minute ago.
Yeah. Suddenly
it's his complexion. Suddenly it's this. Suddenly it's that.
Can I just say?
Feel free, man.
In women's defense, slightly, like I said, there are some guys out there that will gas you up, lie to you, get what they want out of you, and then dust out and ghost you. And she mentioned about being honest. I'm on that honest tip. I think men should be honest with what they want. There is a catch to that. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I think men, okay, there's different women out here.
Okay.
See, I'm mixing up my stuff slightly because I'm thinking from the woman's point of view and the man's point of view, and I'm in the middle. But sometimes if the man is on, okay, you're a man yourself, I would say you're quite honest. And
but if a man is honest, I do agree. I think men should be honest, right? But if men are honest and was like, I just want to smash, I don't want nothing more, only certain kind of men can get away with that. Mm-hmm. Now, let's say the 80-20 rule. 80% of men can't get away with that. Mm-hmm. 20% of men can.
Yeah.
So, look, personally, I've met women and they've said, oh, I want a long-term relationship. And I'd be like, hell no. Mm-hmm. That ain't happening. I don't view you like that.
Yeah.
And they've still been on it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. They've still been on it. And there's been others that say, nah, I'm not doing that. And I've been like, all right, cool. I don't care. That's coming from the perspective of a dude that can get girls.
Yeah.
I'm about my pee. I'm about doing what I do. Mm-hmm. But I understand that, let's say it's the 80% man where he don't know when his next fix is going to come from. Mm-hmm. So then he may guess and say, bro, you know what? Cool. Or maybe that's something he thought he wanted. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, he after a period of time, he got to know her. Nah, that's not something. You're not someone I think I want to attach my bandwagon to long term. Those things happen. So women can turn around and say, oh, if men are honest, loads of dudes are honest. Yeah. And if they're not, okay, say they're not honest, like the obvious in your face, they give you the red flags. Come on, right there. Mm-hmm. And you choose to say, Well,
That's true. That's true. I am just big on honesty. If a guy is honest and he says, I don't really feel you like that, for me, I respect that you was honest. At least you was honest about it. Whether I likes to hear what you said or not, but at least it's like, okay, cool. I can respect that. At least you was honest with me.
yeah.
That's just
But
what
if
it's
a woman,
for me.
but if a woman thinks, oh, I'm the ish, a man saying, I just want to smash, that's not going to happen. Only certain men can get away with that.
Yeah.
Let me play the next clip, right? And let's round out this whole thing.
Okay.
All right. This is the last clip, and we're going to talk about it.
I don't care what anybody says. One of the worst feelings in the world is wanting someone and them not wanting you back. Ugh, it's so frustrating. When you want someone, you are so into them. You find everything that they do so attractive and appealing, and they just don't want you back the same way. And it sucks even worse when they play with your emotions. That's the worst part. I could have 1 million people in my inbox, but I would cut them all off in 2 seconds, text this person back immediately like a freaking simp. I'm beautiful. Why don't you want me?
All right. That's the last of the clips today. Do you want to start or shall I?
I don't mind starting. I have sort of somewhat of a question to the women, and it's, have women caused these problems on their self?
What do you mean by that? Give
As
us a bit more context.
As in, now this lady is talking about men, they've done this, they've done that, blah, blah, blah. Then at the end saying, I'm pretty, I am beautiful, why do men not want me? Sometimes, ladies, you've caused problems yourself. As in, why? You have to ask the question, why doesn't he want me? Why?
Okay.
Why?
I can answer some of that.
Okay.
Now, from the perspective of a man, she was saying, I'm pretty, I'm this and I'm that. Now you understanding that you have to come more to the table with just your looks, your box, because that's on offer. That's easy nowadays.
Yeah.
That's easy to get. So if you're coming, yeah, of course, men are visual based, right? So we like what we like. We like what we see. But if you're coming to the table with just your box, you're not submissive, you're not peaceful, you're not a pleasure to be around. I can't take you out nowhere without warning you before we go somewhere. Yo, fix up. Why are you wearing a bonnet on your head? Like, why are you rude to everybody? Why are you acting like that? I know that a woman is not telling you these things. They're saying, I've done this and I've done that. They never one time say, I cooked and I cleaned and I was this and I was that. They always say, I gave them the box.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming up. A lot of men is going to get a Christmas present. Coochie. Their birthday's coming up. A lot of men's going to get another present. What do you think that's going to be?
Coochie.
Exactly. These are the problems. So the same men that they complain about is, first of all, the same men that these single mothers raise. It's the same men that, what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty much the women a lot of the time is the cause and effect. They're the problem, right? I'm not saying to you men are perfect, but you choose these men, then complain about them. You pick them. And then you want to justify or rationalize and say, well, men ain't ish, using all your sign language, blah, blah, blah. Like, think about it like this, right? Halle Berry, right, was rated the hottest woman in the world. At least on one occasion, right?
Yeah.
She went from Catwoman to Cat Lady. She went from Catwoman to Cat Lady. But she was hot.
Yeah.
So clearly she needed to bring more to the table than just her looks.
Yeah.
She's failed in multiple relationships. And she can't turn around and say, oh, it's the white men. She can't turn around and say, oh, it's the black men, because she's had both. Who's the common denominator in that?
Her.
Exactly. But then she's going to say it was the men, it was this, it was that. And then later on in life, she preys on a simp. Then she preys on a simp and says, oh, do you know what? I cashed out.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
But she feels like she's settling. What do you think about that?
Women, ladies, you lot are really funny sometimes. You really are. You say you want to cash out. Okay, half of the time, a lot of women ain't even serious about that.
No.
They'll be 40, 50, say, yeah, I want to cash out now. It's like, are you being for real?
Yeah.
You want to cash out at this stage?
If you rewind to 20, 30 years ago, that wasn't the mentality. A woman in her 40s she would have been in a relationship a good 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the same raw. You ask a woman 30 years old, do you want to have kids? Soon. When's the geriatric pregnancy? 35, right? When's the cutoff thing where they start to have implications?
Yeah.
They look at their friend and say, well, my friend that I know, she did it at that time. Oh.
Some women are lucky. Obviously, you can have children at that age. It's just that you start to develop complications. A lot of women past 35 will have children that have some form of physical problem or had like Down syndrome, for example.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yes, they'll start to have issues. That's why the doctors will tell you it's best, not that you can't, but it's best that you have children before you turn 35.
And the older that they get, the more men that they have to deal with. I'm dating, then they can't pair bond or connect with one man.
Yeah.
Because they've been with so many men that they're always comparing the last man to the last man to the last man and so forth. These are issues that women have.
Yeah.
They think that they want the power of men. You think that I could not like you. I could not like a female, do my thing with a woman, and I'm disconnected. I still let one go. I'm good to go. I don't like you.
Yeah.
You can't sleep with that same dude 10 times in a row and not catch feelings. I can.
Yeah. If you didn't catch feelings as a woman, then it's most likely because you have very deep problems. Let's just leave it there. But
it's in your nature.
Yeah, it is in our nature.
So it's about women taking accountability and seeing where you're going wrong. No one's saying that it's all you, but women have a massive problem with accountability. They're the accountability sensei. It's the truth. They're the accountability sensei. Yeah.
Okay.
They that like Karate Kid, right? They're the best at it. They're the masters in that. But it's not winning you any prizes.
No, it's not.
You're at a loss.
Yeah.
Right,
but
cool.
I say to women as well, what is the end result? So you keep making the same mistakes or getting with the same type of men, and then your result is you've been dating for a couple months, weeks, or whatever, and you're single again.
Yeah.
Date, single. In a relationship, single.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 single. Then you can see that the issue is with you.
Yeah.
And if you can hold yourself accountable to that and say, okay, cool, this is what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
This is where my faults are. Let me work on this. Let me work on that. Let me change this. Sometimes it's literally, you just need to change a slightest thing.
So many women are not going to do that because they're the non-accountability sensei and they want to hold that.
Yeah.
They want to hold that W that is actually an L. One of our points is this. These women prey on simps and their addiction for attention from thirsty men. This is why I appeal this thing to men. Men nowadays need to fix up. You know, they're paying for her to notice you. They're tricking her into liking you. And one of my other notes is this. They're trying to out-simp or out-nice the other guy. And they're seeking women's validation.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, by men doing all of those things, she's not going to like you. You can't do any of those things. She's still going to go for that dude that hasn't even got as half the things that you got.
Yeah.
Not this. Look, women make rules for betas. They break rules for alpha.
That's very true.
I'll say it again. Women make rules for betas and they break rules for alphas. So when you're thinking, I'm going to lease her with the option to buy, I'm going to out simp or out nice the other guy, there's another guy that's just going to come along with nothing and just take what you got.
Yep.
And she, you're not going to take what you got. She's going to drop in his lap willingly. Come on, man.
It's true.
Come on, man. Fella, so all I just appeal to you is say, just keep that in mind. Because these dudes are complaining about men. The men that they want don't want them. So then what do? They deal with certain dudes that they say, the dude that's always in their friend zone for 10 years, 20 years. Okay, I'll try with you now. They believe they're settling. Even though you're in a pole position, more better than them.
Yeah. Well, they will say, I'll try with you now once once you've hit the wall.
Like,
is that when you're going to try to settle down with that person?
These women don't even rate certain men. A lot of men, they show that most men, 80% of men is at least 80% of men is invisible to women.
That's true.
I say to a lot of guys, level up, do your thing. Try to bear that in mind. Protect your meat. That's what I say, right? It's up to men whether they want to listen to what I'm saying. You can outbid, you can outprice, you can do what you want to do to get a woman. But remember, you're going to pay the price later on. It is what it is. And that's why I say as far as the men, because yes, there is some guys that lie and gas and do what they do. But sometimes women like those kind of men. Those Brads and Chads.
Yes. It's very appealing to some women. Yes.
Exactly,
They
man.
like to be lied to and all the games and what's the word?
Yeah.
What's the word? Them toxic relationships.
They like that.
Yeah.
Because they like women moving emotional turmoil. They like that whole roller coaster, chaotic behavior because it gives them that spark, that thing, that je ne sais quoi that those women want. But at the end of the day, that may not be best for you, even though steady and stability means it's all good. Women don't want that because they believe later on in life, I'm going to get that based on the dudes that's hollering now. I'll get that later on. It just depends. And so many women want traditional men, but they're not willing to be traditional themselves. They expect men to play their part, but they don't want to play their part. And how is a man supposed to date women with the mentality that they carry today long term? Yeah, right. Why would a dude do that? You know, like women is thinking,
am I working? What is this? God, why do I have to work? I am sexy. I am sexy. Why am I working? What is this?
and when dating a woman with that kind of mentality, what do you think the outcome is? There's no amount of price you can put on it. Just do what you got to do, man. Women will fall back in line. That's what I say to the men.
Yes, I think you have to force women to get back in line. So if you have to reject them or
say no.
Yeah. Because
say no.
If you actually think about it, in these clips with these women, yes, they have their alter ego. They're Sasha Fierces.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what you see at the end of the video is them crying. So they're getting a taste of reality.
Yeah.
So for them, some of them, not all of them, but some of them will think, do you know what? I've been in this position so many times of men not wanting me or whatever the issue may be.
Yeah.
And they've sat down crying about silly things or crying about, the man
being in a relationship because they feel less of a woman.
Yes. So they're crying and their outcome is the same. And some women will be like, do you know what? Let me change certain things of what I'm doing because clearly I'm not doing it right.
The smart ones, most don't.
Yeah. So when I say, for women to be forced in that direction,
men need to kind of focus on themselves, do what they do. Women will fall in line.
Yeah. So, but what is happening now though? That's what men are actually starting to do.
Yeah, because it's getting a bit much.
Yes, the roles have flipped. So the women are
they're a bit much to deal with.
They are, but I'm saying women are getting ghosted and stuff like that. You see how women will do it to men all the time. Men are now starting to do it to women. Now they're getting a taste of their own
even
medicine.
if men are not doing it to women, right? Men are just saying, I'm getting flicked on too much. This is too much. I can't handle this. This is why men are walking away. People, do you blame men for walking away nowadays? Put in the comments, let us know your thoughts. But listen to those clips. Those are just some examples. But men are walking away. It's a bit much nowadays.
Yeah.
But put in the comments, what do you think? Should men walk away? Should men do their thing? Should men try? Right now, there's a war between men and women.
Yep.
I don't know. Should men walk away? They're dealing with a lot. It is what it is. That's my final thoughts. And what do you want to say before we close out?
I agree with you. Men are definitely walking away. They just don't have time for it. They can't be bothered with it.
Yeah.
They're thinking it's just long.
Oh, they got time for it. They're just not wasting their time.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just long.
Yeah.
Why am I going to do that?
Yeah.
Like maybe before you would, but you would get more out of women than now. It's like, I ain't getting nothing out of you. You're just using me for everything you can.
Yeah.
Why am I going to bother? So I don't know. I would just say to make things better, women, honestly, you need to sit down with yourself and have that conversation with yourself.
Step your game up.
Accountability. Let's start there. Having accountability.
Yeah. I'd say that too. But people, what do you think, man? Put in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Much love for tuning in.
Yep.
Again, I'm S Banks.
And I'm JD Network.
Peace.